Ever wondered how some rappers end up with more baby mamas than albums? Take NBA YoungBoy for instance. He's released 6 studio albums, but you never believe how many baby mamas he has. Although, one of them was a complete fraud. YB is one of the most popular rappers in hip-hop right now, but while he spent loads of time growing a fan base and making his music, he's also spent plenty of time in the bedroom. In July 2016, YB had his first kid when he was only 17. The baby was with his girlfriend at the time, Nisha Keller. They named the kid Caden, but he's much better known as Draco. He has one of the most public lives of any of YB's kids. He's been seen spending time with YB while he's in the studio, and Nisha hosts her own IG live showing Draco off. Only a few years later in 2020, Nisha gave birth to a daughter, Armani. But everything between Nisha and YB isn't sunshine and rainbows. She's gone online and ranted that he's a deadbeat. And while he's had his issues with Nisha, she's only one baby mama of many. YB's next son was with Star Dejanay. They named him Kamiri. Originally, YB believed that he actually had 2 kids with Star, but it turned out that she had lied to him. Star had a kid with another man and named the child Cameron. Nia is another one of YB's baby mamas. This time, the kid came from a hookup between the two. Only this time, when Nia announced that she was pregnant, YB didn't believe it. So he made her take a DNA test immediately, but it came back positive. YB officially had another son named Taylin. Nia has documented raising Taylin online and talked about what happened between her and YoungBoy. So, that's 3 baby mamas so far. The next baby mama, Kaylin Marie, was batshit. She was pregnant with YB's baby and lost it in the first trimester. But instead of admitting it, she went online and purchased a fake belly so she could continue to be around YB and stay relevant. He also has another baby mama named Jania, an influencer with over 3 million followers. She gave birth to YB's son Casey. Then, Drea Simone gave birth to YB's second daughter, Cody, before Yaya Mayweather, as in the daughter of Floyd Mayweather, gave birth to Kentrell Jr. YB's wife, Jaslyn Michelle, gave birth to Love, another of his daughters, and Clemenza True, another of his sons. Oh, also, a woman named Arcola, who gave birth to his son Kale, and an Instagram model named Drew Valentina also gave birth to one more kid. And that's all, for now. 10 baby mamas and 12 kids total, catching up to Nick Cannon. Chief Keef also has an insane number of baby mamas, but in his case, one of them almost got him locked up. Sosa had his first kid, Caden, when he was only 16 with a woman in her 30s. Then, once Caden was born, it was like opening the floodgates. Sosa couldn't keep it in his pants. With only 2 years, he had 2 more children, another daughter named Kimura, and his first son, Crew Carter. A year after Crew's birth, an anonymous woman came after Sosa. She said that he was the father of her child and sued him for trying to hide it. Chief Keef never appeared in court to fight the suit, and a warrant for his arrest was issued. That same year, he fathered another son named SnowFilmOn.com. The kid's name was inspired by his record label, and Sosa used it to promote his new album. Most of Sosa's baby mamas are anonymous, but there are a few that we know the names of, like an Instagram model, Slim Danger, who Sosa also had a legal battle with Slim. At first, he claimed that Slim's baby wasn't his, and he refused to take a paternity test to prove it, so she took him to court. After a year-long court battle, it was revealed that Slim's son Zinc was also Chief Keef's. For a while, that was all. Maybe Sosa finally got tired of all the child support bills. But in 2018, Chief Keef was taken to court by one of his baby mamas for not paying child support. She wanted him thrown in jail, so he was forced to make a shocking announcement. Not only did he have the 5 kids that everyone already knew about, but he had another 4 in secret. 4 more kids that he couldn't afford to pay child support for. 9 kids with 9 different women. During the court case, the names of his 4 unknown kids were revealed: Camilla, Kalo, Khalil, and Kristen. In the end, Sosa was ordered to pay all of his baby mamas $564 a month in child support. The next rapper on this list is notorious for his controversial views on women, and rumor has it, one of his baby mamas had dark intentions. Throughout Future's career, he's become a meme because of his attitude toward women.
He cold. She belongs to the streets.
And all of those memes aside, he's managed to stack up one hell of a roster of baby mamas throughout his career. Every single one of his children come from a different mother, and there are a lot of them. A few of the women he's had kids with have stayed as far away from the spotlight as they can, but others are knee-deep in the drama that comes along with being a famous baby mama. Jessica Smith is the mother of Future's oldest kid, Jacoby Wilburn. Throughout Jacoby's childhood, Future and Jessica didn't get along. When Jessica first had Jacoby, Future was not the megastar he is today, so the amount of money that he was ordered to pay for child support was very little. Jessica also accused Future of having no interest in being in Jacoby's life. Despite all that, Jacoby is now a grown man. He's 21 and a rapper himself, but he's run into trouble with the law, including catching charges for gang activity and illegally owning a firearm. Since that legal trouble, Future has done everything he can to help his son. He posted $100,000 in bail to get him out of holding and is making sure Jacoby has a solid legal team. Future's next kid was his first daughter, and he had her with an India J. India has done her best to stay out of the limelight, but by all accounts, it seems like she and Future have had a good relationship. In 2020, Future tweeted and shouted out a couple of his baby mamas for Mother's Day. India was one of them. He also adopted Jaden, a boy that India had with another man. Future's next baby mama is Brittany Mealy, an influencer, but her relationship with him is very different from India's. Brittany is the mother of Future's third kid, Prince, another son, and she's had a public beef with Future for years. She posted on her Instagram several times attacking Future and saying he was a deadbeat dad. She's also gone after Future in the courtroom and won. Similar to Jessica, when Brittany first had Prince, Future was worth way less than now, so she sued him for more money in court, and Future's child support payments got up to $5,000 a month. Next is Ciara, Future's ex-fiancée and a Grammy Award-winning singer. Ciara gave birth to a son named Future Jr., and only a few months later, she and Future Sr. split up. Now, baby Future is being raised by a completely different man. Since Russell Wilson and Ciara have been in a relationship, he's formed a close bond with baby Future. According to Ciara, Future has played little to no role in the child's life, and Wilson has stepped in to play the fatherly role big time.
What is co-parenting like for you guys?
Future has another son, Hendrix, with Joy Chavis, a social media influencer, who also happens to have another kid, with Bow Wow, making Future and Bow Wow, never mind. The mother of Future's next kid, a girl named Rain, is Eliza Seraphin. When Eliza first had Rain, Future denied being the father. So, she took matters into her own hands and sued Future for over $50,000 a month in child support. The court ordered Future to take a DNA test, and when it came back positive, he was ordered to pay $3,200 a month. During the back and forth, Future accused Eliza of trapping him. He said that he heard Eliza call Rain a check baby multiple times and that the entire situation was a scam. Cindy Parker, Future's next baby mama, gave birth to Legend, a baby that was never publicly proven to be Future's. Cindy filed a paternity suit against Future but ended up dropping it. However, Cindy was friends with Eliza, and when they had their babies' DNA tested against each other, it came back that they were 99% likely to be half-siblings. Future had 2 more kids with 2 anonymous baby mamas, Cash and Paris. As of now, that's all we know. That means 8 kids with 8 different women over the last 20 years. Our next rapper has done his best to be involved in all of his kids' lives, but now he may never see any of them ever again. Back in 2015, Fetty Wap was one of the most popular artists in music. His rise to fame was unprecedented, and with all that newfound popularity, he started getting loads of attention from women. That attention led to a few kids and a couple of baby mamas. Fetty has 5 baby mamas and 6 children, but the thing that makes Fetty stand out is that he tried to maintain a relationship with all of them. Except a few years ago, something happened that put those relationships in jeopardy. Fetty's first baby mama was Ariel Reese. She gave birth to Fetty's son, Aiden. A few years later, Lizzie Kiona gave birth to Fetty's first daughter, Xaviera, and then a son, Zai, 3 years after that. Lizzie has a social media presence and has even appeared on the Fresh and Fit podcast. Between having kids with Lizzie, Fetty added a few other baby mamas to his roster. Masika Kalisha from Love and Hip Hop gave birth to Fetty's daughter, Kari. Elena Parker had Armani, another one of his daughters, and Turquoise Miami gave birth to another daughter, Lauren. Lauren, unfortunately, passed away at only 4 years old due to heart complications. Lauren's passing showed that even though Fetty had his children with different women, he worked hard to build a family unit between all of them because all of his baby mamas and Lauren's siblings came together to support Fetty and Turquoise after the passing. Even though Fetty's been working hard to raise his kids, he's currently incarcerated for 6 years on drug trafficking charges.
It was during a music festival in the afternoon before he performed. He's one of 6 indicted for conspiracy to distribute more than 100 kilograms of controlled substances.
Hopefully, once Fetty gets out of prison, he can pick up where he left off and continue being a good father. Sadly, this next rapper is no longer with us, and because of that, his baby mamas and their children are going at each other's throats. When DMX suddenly passed away in 2021, he left behind a lasting legacy in hip-hop and a handful of baby mamas and kids. He had so many kids and so many different women that after he died, more started popping up out of nowhere. DMX and his ex-wife Tashira Simmons had a few kids together, Xavier, their oldest, Tacoma, Sean, and Praise Mariella. And Xavier is a musician himself. Throughout his life, he had a complicated relationship with DMX because of DMX's substance abuse problems. During his marriage to Tashira, DMX slept around, and his infidelity plus their divorce led to a few more kids, some with moms that are unknown. In 2002, he had a daughter named Sasha with Patricia Trejo. In 2008, the court ordered DMX to take a DNA test, and he found out he had another kid, Javon, with Monique Wayne, who had been born in 2004. In 2005, Sonova Hillman gave birth to Sonova Hillman Jr., who also followed in her dad's footsteps and wants to be a musical artist. That same year, Davida Odin had a daughter, Jada, and DMX turned out to be her father. In 2011, Shakoya Hartley had Aaliyah, DMX's next daughter, and in 2016, Desiree Lindstrom, DMX's fiancée, had his son Exodus. In 2019, DMX's first set of twins came, Aiden and Caden Simmons. He had them with another new baby mama, Pebbles Junelle, a famous fitness model. In 2023, it was revealed that DMX had another baby mama, Yadira Borrego. She gave birth to a son, Emmanuel, and a daughter, Zariah. But that was all we knew until his death. Once DMX passed away, a long battle over his estate started between those he left behind. While that battle was going on, Raven Barmer Simmons, another daughter, revealed herself and wanted a piece of the pie, just like many of DMX's baby mamas and children. The estate ended up in the hands of his ex-wife Tashira and their kids together. That means that DMX had 11 baby mamas that we know of, and 17 kids throughout his life. Young Thug also had a handful of baby mamas, but something terrible happened to one of them, all because of an argument gone wrong. Thugger has 6 kids to 4 different baby mamas. His first kid was born when he was only 17 to Lakevia Jackson. He also had children with a woman named Alicia, another woman named Shanice, and 3 other kids with an anonymous woman. But Lakevia's story is by far the most tragic. Lakevia was the mother of one of Thug's sons, and one day, while she was at a bowling alley with family, she got into an argument with a couple in the lane next to her about a bowling ball. The argument escalated. The two sides started to fight, and at some point, guns were pulled. Lakevia was shot multiple times and passed away. The couple who murdered her was originally charged. However, the case was dismissed after the killing was deemed to be self-defense since Lakevia pulled a gun before they did. But since Lakevia's death, a wild amount of conspiracy spawned around why she was really killed. Allegedly, it had nothing to do with a bowling ball. Since Lakevia's death, Thugger made a huge effort to be in his son's life, but his ongoing RICO case may mean that he'll never see any of his kids ever again. This next rapper is one of the richest men in the world, but while he is loaded with money, some of his children hate his guts. Before creating the most successful brand of headphones of all time, Dr. Dre became a father at the age of 16 when his first baby mama, Cassandra Green, gave birth to his oldest son, Curtis, who's a successful producer and actor. Dre's next baby mama was Lisa Johnson. While she was in a relationship with Dre, she gave birth to 3 daughters, the first of which was Latanya. And since Dre is a billionaire, you'd assume that Latanya and her children live pretty luxurious lives, right? Wrong. In 2020, during an interview, Latanya said that she hadn't seen her father in over 17 years and he had never met his grandchildren. Only a year later, Latanya was homeless and living in a rental car because, after the interview she did in 2020 bashing him, Dre stopped giving her any financial support. Latanya had 2 sisters, Latoya, who lives a very private life, and Ashley, whom Dre refuses to acknowledge as his kid. While Dre was with Lisa, Lavetta Washington gave birth to another one of his daughters, Tyra. And then Janita Porter gave birth to Dre's 6th child, a son named Andre, who unfortunately passed away in 2020 due to a drug overdose. Only 2 years after Janita had Andre, Dre added another baby mama to his roster. R&B singer Michel'le gave birth to Dre's 7th child, a son named Marcel. Like a few of his other siblings, Marcel prefers to keep his life private and away from the drama that comes with Hollywood. Dre has mixed relationships with all of his baby mamas and children. It seems like it's been a complete dice roll on whether he cares to be involved in their lives. Luckily for his most recent children, Dre was around. Nicole Young, Dre's ex-wife, his final baby mama, had Truist and Truly, a brother and sister. Both of them are involved in music production and the arts. That's all of them, at least that we know of. 6 baby mamas and 9 children. Thanks for watching Freestyle. If you enjoyed it, subscribe.